Hey Scorpio, welcome to your reading. I'm Empress Rose. This is a general reading. If you'd like a personal reading, please contact me. And all these cards are very thoroughly pre-shuffled. So we're going to start your reading off with Oracle of Mystical Moments. You have a message for Scorpio. It's true. Message for Scorpio. It's not one that came out. Okay, first thing we have is stranded. This is really interesting because Libra just got pulling of anchor and floating away. And this is pulling of anchor and no place to go. This is a card of feeling ghosted by someone or by an experience. Maybe you were ready to take off with your job and things got delayed. And you don't know how you're going to get out of the situation that you're in. You're looking around. It's very unclear. It's very foggy. You can't see clearly. It's a very precarious situation. You don't know how you got here. And you're just not, you can't figure out how to move forward. The other card you got is Listen. This is a card of being deeply connected to nature and deeply listening to the signs around us and to the world around us. Oh, there's a sunny day up here. You are not up there. There's like a sunshine and happiness up here. You're down here. You're buried. And while you're down here, though, you need to listen deeply to yourself, and I'd say, I mean, it's very clearly you need to be out in nature and you need to be grounding in the dirt, but you need to listen very closely to yourself. You're buried. You're not hearing sounds from the birds, from airplanes overhead, from anything like that. You need to be listening to yourself, really, and you're sort of in this resting phase. So I mean, I guess it's good. You're stranded. You don't have any place to go. You don't know how to go anywhere from here. You don't know how to get out of the situation. And this is like, well, while you're in the situation where you don't know, maybe on the surface it looks like you can't go anywhere. You're not doing anything. This is way up in the air, and this is way down in the ground. And so you're both, I think internally you need to be just deeply listening to yourself, even though your external situation has a sense of stagnancy, abandonment, stranded, as the card says. So maybe externally that's where you are. Internally, make sure that you're deeply grounded and you're listening very closely to your deepest intuition. Now we're going to move on to the Santa Muerte deck for our main reading. I don't take reversals, and again, these cards have been very thoroughly shuffled off camera. I even do the bridge thing and all that. So this is your past. This is your present. This is your internal life. This is your what blocks you. This is your external environment. This is your to-do list, and this is the possible outcome. Okay, in your recent past, you have some inspiration. Maybe that's what caused you to pull up anchor and move forward. But you've had some inspiration. You've had divine inspiration. It came all of a sudden. It was an idea that you thought, oh my gosh, that's it. That's it. That's what needs to happen. And then in your present, you have this really beautiful card. You have this Two of Cups. You have this meeting of the minds, the sharing of two people. You're touching each other's hearts and sharing thoughts, and you've really come together. This could be relationship, this could be business, but this is a real beautiful meeting of the minds. And there's much like this moment of inspiration and truth, this has some light behind it too, a little bit of a halo behind the couple here. So there's a divineness to this too. And then we have another halo here, but one of swords. This is the high priestess. This is your internal situation. So this is seeking wisdom. The high priestess is seeking wisdom, reading messages, reading books, ancient texts, spiritual texts. You're in this darkness. Oh my gosh, look at this. This is the same, they don't have the same vibe, but this is the same energy, the same message. In the darkness. Look, she's even got a little bit of a crown too. So in this darkness that you're at, this internal darkness, I'm just having a hard time. You're sharing this with somebody, but in this internal darkness, you have all the tools you need. You have keys to unlock mysteries, but you really need to go sort of within and listen. I'm wondering if you're listening to a spiritual text, a spiritual guidance, something here. There's a message for you, and we have these swords here too, and we have the swords right here. So this high priestess is very spiritual and knowledgeable. She is like a PhD of spirituality, and maybe this is referencing that too, as far as like a deep listening to your inner soul and to the texts that you find sacred and that you reach out to for wisdom. So that's what's going on internally, is a real seeking, a real deep listening to this guidance that's coming towards you. Oh my goodness, Scorpio. What blocks you is this Lovers. So you have the Cups and the Lovers in the same reading. This is also, this key has a halo going on too. So we've got multiple halos going on, and I almost want to call this a halo. We've got the sunshine and the sunflowers here too, but we've got this Lovers card. We're unlocking something, some sort of secret. We have, this is a card of choices and decisions, deciding to follow our heart. Are we going to take that key that's being divinely offered to us, and are we going to unlock this heart? And there's a partnership aspect to this too. So are we going to do that? Or are we going to, just take the road more traveled? Or are we going to follow our hearts, unlock what's inside? And look at this. This heart has the same sword halo as this high priestess. So I think we're unlocking some secrets, but we're needing the lock here. So that's what's blocking us, is if we don't, she has the key in her hand. Here's the key over here. So what's blocking us is we don't quite have that key. I think that's why we're listening here. And I think that key is going to help us with this, but we need to do a deep dive internally here. So in this card, she's supposed to have the key, but what's blocking is you're not having the key quite yet. So that's what's keeping your situation from moving forward. Externally, you have this. There's just this exuberant emotion thing going on here that's juxtaposing with this need, with this strandedness and this need for an internal dive. So I hope you're understanding this reading more than I am, because there's just this push and pull here between this high emotional state and also this deep emotional rest. So we have this high elevated situation here. It's stranded, and there's exuberance, and there's also a stillness that needs to happen, and the key needs to come into your hands. So in your environment, we have the Page of Cups. This is an enthusiastic examining of emotions. We're still keeping the emotions to ourselves, but there's sort of this emotional, like, what's going on? What's this look like? We're curious. We're very curious about the emotions that we're experiencing right now, or it's supposed to be in your environment. So there's a lot of curiosity about what is this? Maybe there's a curiosity about, like, how are we up here? I don't understand it. So, and actually curiosity also plays into the listening and the high priestess and the being curious about what's going on inside of us and being curious about that. So there's a lot of emotional curiosity, and the environment around you is very much like, what is this? What are we feeling? What's going on here? And then in your to-do list or actions you could take, we have the Knight of Wands. This is very inspired, charging forward. It's a little gung-ho. This guy hasn't left the war behind, so in his mind he still needs to charge forward, maybe a little recklessly. But he seems to know where he's going, honestly. And where he's charging forward is straight into, straight into your possible outcome, which is strength, which is a controlling of your inner demons, a controlling of your roiling internal situation. So I'm seeing this like internal situation that needs to be dealt with, and you're going to deal with it. We have a wrestling match. And this demon is going to be wrestled to the ground, and we're going to love it when we do get this kind of under control in this situation, get a handle on this situation. It's going to take everything we got, though. We're going to be exhausted by the efforts, but we're also going to enjoy being exhausted by the efforts. So this Knight of Wands is in your advice column, so I'm going to look up the Knight of Wands. Here. This is not the moment to have regrets. Take your will in hand with strength and begin to follow the road that will take you to the realization of your works. So once you have that key, once you understand how to unlock this whole situation, how to get yourself unstranded, go quickly, go move on it. And you're going to be moving to a place of great strength, of being able to control your inner demons. And this is also a card of holding something, holding on. You're going to be able to hold on to something. And so it's just interesting reading, Scorpio. I hope it was helpful for you. Please like or comment and subscribe so that my baby channel can grow a little bit day by day. And it also helps me know that these messages got to someone, and they're getting to the right people too. So anyway, have a wonderful day.